Opening on a Rousseau quote? Gross. Did Akechi write this game?
最近怪盗団のこと考えてたらあんま眠れなくてよ。
Oh man. No English voice option means I have to actually read during this game.
ここはカモシティの一番街だが、大都会カモシティを知らないのか？
A. Of course I do. It was that Adam Driver movie that failed. It was alright. And B. I personally don't trust cops, let alone one so Aryan looking. This man has committed more crimes than he's stopped. Guarantee. I'd put money on him. Oh, I really like that transition. Damn. I know it's a low bar, but I really hope this is better than that first game.
本当に出たか?
Okay, what secret gods are you two?
てめえら誰だ?
カモシダーマンという登場人物に捕らえられてしまいました。
Well, my hope that this will be better than the last game has now gone completely out the window. Atlas, you have exactly 30 seconds to explain yourself. Wow, this really is just Persona Q, but with Persona 5 characters in it. I don't know why I thought it would be anything else, honestly. Oh no. I'll never escape the tyranny of these 7-year-olds.
マジ？ペルソナがもう一体？戦力2倍とか強すぎだろ。
Is it just me or is Futaba more annoying than usual? Maybe it's just because I have to actually pay attention to what she's saying.
私たちも経験を重ねておりますゆえ。
That's the most polite way of saying, we've been through this shit before that I've ever heard. Don't be silly, Futaba. I haven't gotten that far into your link in the main game yet. I can't believe they took 2 of my favorite party members and just don't let you put them in your party for the first dungeon. Like, it's not enough that I have to play this game that I don't want to play. It has to spite me too. I don't even know what that's an ad for, but I hate it on concept. One important improvement that they've made is that you no longer need to pay Elizabeth for healing. You can just go back and you're good. Which is how it always should have been. Take a good look, everyone. Because this is going to be the last time that Atlas acknowledges Katone in a canon game. Yeah, I'm gonna take a swing in the dark and assume that's not true. Of course they are. You'd know that if you watched my Persona 3 Portable video, you fake fan. This begs the question, would I still have had sex with Theo in my P3P playthrough if I had seen him dressed like this? And the answer is, yeah, probably. So I know that they're not going to bring it up because it would spoil part of 5. But do they not get the feeling from Akechi too? He's also a wild card. They should probably question that. Man, if this is actually how Kamoshida sounded in Japan, I feel like they have even more reason to hate him. Not only is he a horrible person, he sounds like an annoying wiener. No. Only one of us gets to do that, and she's not even in this game. So far, the saving grace of this game is that the battle theme is much better than Q's. Like, I don't hate Light the Fire Up in the Night, but by hour 30 I could feel my brain melting a little bit every time it started playing. At this point, I think Yusuke just likes naked people. If Akechi was smart, he would have paid attention to this fight and noticed that it takes more than one bullet to kill Joker. Oh shit, Katone's super low. I'm sorry, Katone. I'm gonna be honest, I was looking at my phone. The other saving grace of this game is Joker's dialogue options, because I was literally about to say, "Do you want me to seduce the cop?" Okay, you know what? It's a pros and cons list. Katone punching a cop is in the pro. Well, you see, it's a combination of you being a little bitch and us being fueled by spite and rage. An age-old combo, really. It's what got me through high school. Thank you, Akechi. I love you so much, baby girl. And you, Ryuji. You're helping too. And he does it again. Beautiful work. It's such a shame that when we go back to reality, Akechi's gonna be such a shit, and I'm not gonna put him on my party. If I had $1 for every rabbit-themed boss in a Persona Q game, I'd have $2. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. I just wish I could have been in a development meeting where they were like, yeah, the first boss is gonna be Kamoshida, but he's a rabbit, and he has 2 carrots that are actually rockets and miniguns. So I could raise my hand and ask, why? Way to go, champ. Very effective. Okay, the rider kick was slightly more effective. Thank you for that game. It would also have been fine if we just found the key on the ground and didn't need to see that. I was at my local theater watching Phenomena earlier, and this was exactly what I said when buying my ticket. Alright, I think I can ballpark it now. Final boss is another god of control. I feel like that's just a fair assumption. Genetic Land. Well, at least it won't take long to get the P4 crew on our team. Insta-kill build Naoto. Here I come again. I feel bad for Akechi. In Royal, he only had to pretend that he was a good guy for like one heist with the thieves. But because of all this bullshit, he has to do an entire game using his crow personality. Can't drop that mask ever. I like the fact that everyone's going, this is terrifying, I don't want to get eaten by a dinosaur. And Yusuke is just so excited to get to see a dinosaur that he doesn't care if he dies. My boy is never beating the autism allegations. Oh my god, Teddy is so much worse in Japanese. What little faith I had in this game is like slowly draining. Fine, just please don't make me read any more of your poems. Teddy, I'm pretty sure we had this exact same conversation in Shadow of the Labyrinth. And my answer hasn't changed.
すみません。確認したいことがあるのですが、今年は2011年ですよね。
I appreciate that they get this conversation out of the way early. Rather than the previous game where they went most of the game before anyone realized that they were from two different time periods.
ええ、未熟ながら僕も自分の世界では探偵王子の再来なんて呼ばれてるので。
Let me just put something on screen for a second. Yeah, I think that says more than I need to. Sorry, Chie. I already decided on my party. It's all wild cards and Naoto. And when we get Makoto, it'll be all wild cards and Naoto minus Akechi. Because he's barely a real wild card. He married in. What the hell? Boost for the whole team. Let's go. God damn it. I can't believe this is a real bit. I think I saw Yosuke-saurus on Twitter once, and I just assumed it was a shitpost. But no. It's a real part of this game. Oh, I can't skip it. It's gonna be in an accident, isn't it? Come on, man. Oh, and it's not even good. I take back any praise I've given to this game. I do not like the electric fence puzzles. Never mind. There was a shortcut right there. These puzzles are fine. I just have the brain of a lizard. I choose to believe that it's a reference to the Obayashi film Labyrinth of Cinema that came out after this game came out. Realistically, it's because Atlas was already making Etrian Odyssey and thought for some reason that the two franchises would mesh well. Oh no. That T-Rex appears to be dressed like Ziggy Stardust. So far, the overarching theme of this game has been that complacency with populist thinking is bad. So instead of the God of Time, we're gonna fight what? The ghost of Andrew Jackson? Not gonna lie. I was kinda digging the part of the game where I was hanging out with the cast without Yosuke. I mean, I guess technically we are more powerful than ever, but at what cost?
なんだその紙は。
Persona, please do not make me read your amateur poetry again. Haven't I suffered enough? Oh my god, how many fusion accidents are you gonna give me, game? Actually, this Persona's fine, but please stop doing that to me.
近道になりそうなとこ発見。
Well, it appears we have come to an impasse. Who's it gonna be? Oh no.
やっと追いついたぜ。おいおめえら。
I can't believe I have to kill the Yosuke-saurus. Nice. One definite positive about the Q games is that status effects actually apply to bosses, so you have a reason to use them outside of normal battles. Unlike regular Persona, where all status effects mean nothing the moment a boss theme plays. You know, blooming villain blares up and it's like, alright, put away Tentara Fu. We have no use of that now. You know, the Kamoshida bunny was weird, but I think that the pure pressured dinosaur with the head of Yosuke might be weirder.
そんな、まさか人間に負けた。
You were on the battlefield. You also lost to the humans. You're all about the will of the majority. That's your collective loss.
ジョーカーどうする？
You know, this whole dungeon, I was trying to figure out how the design of the T-Rex related to Persona 4's cast. And I don't think it does. So I'm gonna ballpark it, and I'm gonna say that it's either Hikari's bully or Hikari's mom. Because that feels like the direction the game's going in.
俺だって恐竜だ
I think the game wants me to feel something here, but I cannot get over how stupid the Yosuke-saurus is.
ありがとう。離れていても応援してるよ。
Except for when the game ends and Atlas erases everyone's memories.
本音で話せんのが仲間だからな。だろ、相棒。
Yosuke, if I said now how I truly feel about you, you'd cry like a little bitch. Actually, that's a lie. I'm indifferent to Yosuke. I just think it's funny to shit on him.
よかった。調子が戻ったみたいだな。
I've been thinking, and I'm gonna Hail Mary it. This game is drawing a lot of parallels between Hikari and Futaba. So I'm gonna say that Hikari was bullied for being different, maybe depressed, maybe even killed herself. And Nagi is actually a secret god trying to help Hikari. Much like Zen and Rei. I can't wait to be proven wrong by something really stupid, but that's my Hail Mary. I'm assuming this space butthole is a shortcut? It is. Do I know my buttholes or what?
何？
I like that in Persona Q, C's got this big dramatic entrance. And even earlier this game, Yu got his fight with Joker. But when C's gets introduced in this game, they're like, yeah, you get it by now. The party lineup's already full. You're not putting any of them on your team anyway.
僕の実力を見せる。
I don't know how you poison a robot, but you know what? I'm fine with it. Thanks, Akechi.
貴様。
Poor Katone, man. Dies in her main game, gets left out of Dancing in Moonlight and Reload. And then even when she comes back for a spin-off game, she meets up with the version of her team that don't know her. Atlas just does not like her.
参っちゃったね。順平風に言えばお手上げ侍。
おお、それは俺っち渾身のギャグ。
Everyone knows it, Junpei. You've done it in every single game. Great. None of you are getting on the team, though.
これで少しでも戦力が増強できれば。
Hell yeah, baby. One step closer to Naoto supremacy.
じゃあ
I misread that. I fully thought it said Goatse. I'm never gonna escape it. Every time I think I'm done with the poems, they get thrown in my face again. Persona 6 is gonna come out, and I'm gonna think I'm safe, and Marie's gonna walk up to you in the Velvet Room and hand you a piece of paper that says, roses are red, violets are blue. Read this if you're gay, because the player is too. Shit. When Akechi poisoned that robot, I should have said he gave it a virus. That's such an obvious missed opportunity. I do like that so many of the personas in this game are weird ones that you never see in 3D. Like this guy's just a red skeleton. What's his deal? You walk off the set of Castlevania, buddy? I appreciate that for the Aegis robot, they didn't just put her head on it, like they did with Kamoshida Man and Yosuke-saurus. They actually designed this shit, and it makes it so much more tolerable than the others. Game, please don't make me go to 3 different floors just to unlock this door. Just be normal. I feel like the first game conditioned me to fear every new section of the game, because I just wanted it to be over. Because this game gave me the choice to hang out with 3 different groups of characters that I like, and my only thought was, oh god, this is gonna make the dungeon even longer.
自動修復機能があるみたいで壊れた部分が勝手に治ってってる。
I'm sure there is an actual technical explanation for this, but I'm just imagining Aigis fixing herself like the car from Christine. Thank God that's the last batch. We were getting a little crowded when the investigation team joined. Now it's practically a farce. They made it a teleporter maze. Persona Q, you son of a bitch. Game. Please. Ow. Why are you targeting me? Okay, what the hell? Sorry, Akechi, I was just thinking about that time we went to the aquarium. Still mad about that. Atlas would never do it, but I think this game would be way more interesting if the C's cast was from the middle of the answer, but Katone stayed the same. Similarly, if they did a PQ3, I would want the Phantom Thieves from Strikers, or the middle of the third semester. There's all these interesting time frames that you can pull these characters from, so just like, stop aiming for this one brief period where everyone has their full crews. I'm okay with not having Shinji, or Makoto, or you just let me play. Just be interesting, that's all I ask.
Hi.
You know, say what you will about these games, but they really nailed the Koromaru design. They'll never be able to top this one. It kind of makes you forget the fact that he commands the dogs that guard the gates of hell. Someday Atlas will stop using Akutsuki as a villain, and I yearn for that day, because he's never very interesting. No, not the character that only appears for this brief part of the game and nobody's gonna remember anyway. That's the most sensible thing that Akutsuki's ever said. I'm sorry? He robbed my individuality? That's a hell of a status effect. So it's gonna be one of those fights, huh? If the second time doesn't work and it turns on auto healing again, I'm gonna be mad. That's even worse. Thank you, game.
そうです。私はリボン。みんなが名前をくださったリボンです。
This is what it looks like to be a one-off Persona character. And this is what it looks like to go beyond. You think that 2 Junpeis is bad? Wait until you hear about Reload. I'm changing my prediction on the fly. Do is also a god. Possibly the god of vomiting keys out of his eyes? Because that's all he's done so far in the game. Wow, this game is so subtle. Can't tell what it's about. This level is too happy and whimsical. How long until it gets weird and depressing? Atlas, please, I just want to fuse my personas. Oh, good. I was just thinking that I wanted to see a stage production of Hikari's trauma. Oh, even better, it's a musical. Who wrote this one? Andrew Lloyd Webber? You know what? At least there was eventually an explanation for Kamoshida Man turning into a rabbit. Nevertheless, still a very weird concept for a boss. Ryuji, that's the worst thing you could have possibly said to me. I'm throwing all criticisms of this game out the window. Making one of the new characters a film nerd who nobody liked in school? It's like they made this game for me. It's the most I've related to a character in the entirety of this series. My bag is full. Well shit, guess it is. Time to stop progressing in the game due to a random arbitrary limitation that I still don't know why I have. One thing I'll say about this game is that the dungeon gimmicks are much less annoying than the previous game. I think there's been 1 or 2 sections that annoy me, but for the most part this is a much smoother experience. Which in a way is bad because it leads to a less eventful video, but hey, I'll take it. I'm the one who's got to play the game. The fact that nobody talks about the Persona Q games makes it so much funnier that they're full of so many random batshit plot points. Like, what do you mean that there are several musical interludes about bullying in a level based off of The Wizard of Oz? And the stage hazard for this floor is dwarves with guns. Because why not? They should have gone all the way with Hikari being a film nerd. This next labyrinth is based on Derek Jarman's Blue and the Decay of Fiction. After that, that's right, Koyanis Katsi. It's Philip Glass by way of Shoji Meguro. I only just realized that Naoto still doesn't have Mahama and Mamodo. Almost like they realized how good she was in the last game and nerfed her just to spite my excitement. We've hit that fun part of the game where I'm basically out of quips to make while exploring the dungeons. I'm on autopilot now. I kinda just want to finish this. Okay, you guys are gonna use your boost to heal before we finish this. Or you can do that, Katone, whatever. You know what? These games have convinced me. The Persona universe needs to enact some, like, Children of the Corn murder all adults style revolution. It's the only way any of these kids will be okay. Someone on the Atlas dev staff realized that the Pyramid of Wrath was the best palace and just said, yeah, what if Persona Q2 was that, but again? Sick moves, idiot. Okay, that one was on me. See? What'd I tell you? It took 7 floors, but I knew they'd do it eventually. It was nice of Atlas to base a boss on what many of their fans look like. Representation matters. This is a cool boss, but it's also really easy so far. Which makes me worried that there's actually just going to be a later phase that kicks my ass. Alright, come on. Second phase. Or the first again, whatever works. Hey, you stop that. Only I'm allowed to abuse that. I can't help but feel like this is karma for the last game. Oh, I see the problem. You've got a swirling abyss of nothingness where your head is supposed to be. Oh my god, finally. I'm not gonna lie, I shouldn't have said that that boss was easy early on, because that may be the worst boss across both Q games so far. Cool in concept, really annoying in execution. Haru, your father's important responsibilities were slave labor and trafficking his own daughter. You probably should have interrupted him more. Everyone keeps talking like this is the end of the game, but I don't buy it. We still don't know who Nagi is. What a shock. Who could have seen this coming? Oh hell yeah, hub world music change? Let's go, baby. It doesn't matter how many times they do it. It's like, it's always cool. I love it.
マリーですか？彼女ならまたマーガレットのお使いに出かけたようです。
Never mind, I hate this game. You know, I was kind of neutral on Enlil until Hikari just pointed out that the movies everyone's watching are bad. Because being stuck in a theater for the rest of your life just watching on an endless loop, that doesn't sound too bad. But these guys are stuck watching Netflix originals. We gotta free them from that. Enlil has to die. You know? Netflix doesn't program anything from before, like the 1970s at the earliest. We gotta get some Frank Capra in there. We gotta get some David Lean. We gotta get some Douglas Sirk at a minimum. You know, I'm happy that this floor is smaller than the others, but that also makes me worry that there's gonna be like 8 or 9 of them to compensate. And that worries me. Oh my god, look at all that popcorn. I don't blame Yusuke though. That's probably the first time he's eaten this month. You guys know that Atlas hid a little Easter egg in this game? Yeah, if you layer all the completed maps on top of each other, it creates a QR code. And if you scan it, it takes you to a website that just says that Goro Akechi is straight and will marry a woman in the next game. And there's a little photo of Hashino in the corner giving a thumbs up. I thought that was a neat detail. I mean, I'm not as tired of the game as I was at this point in Shadow of the Labyrinth, so at least there's that. You know, I don't think that's how you use a hammer, but I appreciate it regardless. Alright, moment of truth. Oh, let's go. We're almost done. Getting all the good armor and weapons means I have to kill the FOEs. So, I'm taking time to fight bosses, so I don't have to spend as much time on the final boss. Funny how that works. In the time that it took to get all this, I probably could have just finished the game.
違う。私は私の意志でここにいる。
せっかく帰ってよろしいですよと言ってあげましたのに。
I like that Enlil is like, ah shit. I kinda thought that everyone would just leave and forget about all this. I don't think that any of my actions would have any consequences if I just told my prisoners that they could leave and ignore all the evil shit I'm doing.
もはやマインドコントロールに近いな。僕たちが何を言っても聞こえるかどうか。
I know they didn't intend it, but I think it's really funny that Akechi gets frustrated by all these people basically being hypnotized and not listening to him. And then he goes back to the real world and has to do the third semester, where he also has to deal with people basically being hypnotized and not listening to him.
一気に大所帯になったね。怪盗団なのに。
Oh, if that offends you, you're gonna hate the Phantom X.
鴨志ダーマン、どうして復活してるの？
Every time I think that I'm out, they pull me back in again.
サポートできます。必要なら言ってくださいね。
Thanks, Fuka, but I think we're good.
行くよ。
Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I've made fun of Fuka at all for this game. There's just too many characters. She got lost in the crowd. See, Kamoshida Man didn't worry me, but Do does. Let's just hope that they're nice to us and he doesn't use infinite despair. I am actually shocked that the game decided to be nice to me.
いろんな意見があってもいいだろう。まずは話し合おうぜ。本音でさ。
I can't believe the plan was just to re-edit the movies to have the characters turn to the camera and blatantly explain the real message of the film. It's like those Chinese edits of Fight Club that clarified that Tyler Durden got arrested for terrorism as soon as the movie ended. Yeah, this is too easy. And also, I don't believe that this is her god form. Just cut to phase 2, please. Okay, I take back what I said. Just please don't do that again.
くそいくらやってもキリがね
I don't know, I thought we were doing pretty well until the game told us we had to lose. This is going well so far. As long as there's no shit like Kronos' insta-kill, I think we'll be fine. Please note that I'm knocking on wood as to not jinx myself. What's this? Oh no. She has another one bites the dust. I think it just skipped my turn. I guess she also has King Crimson too. Because why not? Oh my god, thank you. It's like Fuka remembered me getting mad at her for not refilling my SP in past games and is trying to make things right. This is her redemption arc. Thanks for killing Katone. Definitely didn't need her anyway. Okay, thanks for bringing her back, I guess. I'm so excited to get this boss down to low health and then get hit with some type of extraordinary ass pull. Yeah, there it is. You fool. You thought you would win when 4 protagonists are in the party? The game was rigged against you from the start.
この世界は例えるならば今宵限りの特別舞台
I'm so sorry, but none of you can meet again until we make a fighting game or some shit.
集まるならうちのフードコートも悪くないぜつうわけでジュネス安い縄店よろしくお願いします
I love that everyone's talking about their local restaurants and how they want their new friends to experience them, and Yosuke's like, yeah, come eat at the Walmart food court.
ねえ私たちまたいつか
Aw. She doesn't know that Atlas only uses her for promotional material now. Sorry, Katone, but we're never seeing you again. Unless Atlas wants to prove me wrong in the future, in which case, I would feel so totally owned, and definitely not happy to be wrong.
みんなが呼んでるね行こうか
Don't worry, Akechi. We're gonna go back and immediately do Repaint Your Heart. Which we'll all conveniently forget also. That game is significantly better than Shadow of the Labyrinth. In fact, I dare say that I kinda liked it. Maybe it was just all the movie theming that got me, but I thought it was a lot more charming and tolerable in the weak parts. I mean, Hikari and Nagi are way better than Rei and Zen. The dungeons feel a lot smoother. I like the diversity of characters, even if it feels like there's way too many at a point, and a few get left behind. The FOE gimmicks never really frustrated me. It's fine. And I never have to play the Q games again.